contest between the Buckeyes of Nelsonville-York and the Spartans of Alexander. Justin McCumber on camera, Ray Spouts, Jim McCumber here on Nelsonville TV Cables, Channel 15.
Well, Jim, one of the teams are coming away with their first TVC Ohio win tonight. As the Buckeyes come onto the field fired up, and they're looking like they want to come up with their win first.
Buckeyes coming in at 2-5, Alexander 1-6. And both teams 0-2 in the Ohio division of the TVC. Last week, Nelsonville-York lost one right at the end to the Wellston Golden Rockets, 19-16. Alexander lost to Athens, 83-14.
Yeah, you know, we'll talk a little bit more about the Nelsonville-York game, obviously, but just in general, Athens putting up 77 points against these Spartans in the first half.
Last year, Nelsonville-York defeated Alexander at Boston Field 55-7. In the series, Nelsonville-York has won 39, Alexander has won 1, and there's been one tie. The Alexander win coming in 2009.
I remember being down here for that game, Jim, and I'll tell you what, in that particular evening, this field was muddier than I think I've ever seen it, actually. There was kids slipping and sliding all over the place. Field looks in a lot better shape here this evening, though.
Again, Nelsonville-York has won 20 TVC titles. Alexander has not won an Ohio Division title. Interesting enough, of course, Nelsonville-York head coach Dave Boston Jr. coached 9 seasons down here at Alexander, and while he was here, the Spartans won 3 Hawking Division titles in the Tri-Valley Conference.
Yeah, there's a lot of tradition, again, on both sides of the ball here, and there's a lot of similarities between that, just like you said, having Coach Boston be at both programs and stuff.
Head coach for Alexander, Sean Arno. Nelsonville-York, a Division 6 team, Alexander Division 5.
You know, we always talk about the temperature and the weather and stuff, Jim, but I've got to say this feels like football weather, where it's not cold, but it's cool. It's a nice, strong, cool evening, and really feels like football weather here tonight.
Alexander won the toss, and they elected to defer their decision to the second half, so of course Nelsonville-York will receive. Jeremy Wareham back deep for the Buckeyes.
I believe there's Walker Elliott and Andrew McDonald back there with him.
I believe it is Robert Fish that will kick it away for the Spartans.
Just waiting for the clock to get to 0. We're not quite there yet. Both teams are ready, though.
And the approach by Fish. A little squib kick up the field. And the Buckeyes will jump on it and cover it up right around the 36-yard line.
I believe that was Alex Mount, number 1, out there to cover that up very alertly as the front line ran away from it, setting up the blocking of that. And quickly, Alex Mount comes up to cover that ball, give the Buckeyes decent field position here to start out the ball game.
They'll place it at the 37-yard line to the Buckeyes. Nelsonville-York out of the eye. Walker Elliott in motion to this side. Adams pitches it out to Alex Mount. And Mount will cross the 40-yard line, take it out to about the 41 as he picks up 4.
Well, last week, in the absence of Alex Mount, Jeremy Warren was the tailback and did a nice job for the Buckeyes. Like you said, it was a close ball game against Wellston. Ended up losing 19-16, but Jeremy was able to put...
I think he went over the 100-yard mark in the game last week.
In running, and then another 76 yards in the air, so he had a very nice ball game for the Buckeyes last week.
2nd and 6, hand off to Mount once again. Big hole for Alex Mount, brings it to this side, crosses midfield, 45-40, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds at the Alexander 40-yard line.
Nice blocking on the left side of the line that time. They opened up a nice hole for him across that left line, and then Alex burst through there, had the lead blocker out in front of him. 20 strong yards for Alex on that carry.
Alex Mount, even though he's missed some games with injury, still second in the Ohio Division in rushing. Coming into this game with 635 yards and 5 touchdowns. Getting Colt Adams under center at quarterback. Buckeyes 1st and 10 at the Spartan 41. Handoff goes to Noah Andrews, and he'll plunge across the 40 down to about the 36.
Again, over the left-hand side, Noah's getting some positive yardage for the Buckeyes as he's brought down by number 56, Tyler Wilkinson.
Pick up a 5, 2nd and 5 for the Buckeyes. Noah Andrews coming in with 268 yards rushing on the season, 6 touchdowns.
Noah's been a workhorse for the Buckeyes, though. You don't just look at the numbers, you look at the way he's been doing the blocking. And in playing defensive end, he's been doing an excellent job for the Buckeyes all season.
Mount takes a handoff, and he's got a Buckeye first down inside the Spartan 30 to about the 27. Pickup of 9.
Robert Fish, 55, they say made the tackle that time for the Spartans, but you can see the Buckeyes are obviously looking at the left side of the line, feel they've got an advantage on that left side of the line, and they're making the most of it.
First down and 10 Buckeyes at the Spartan 28. Nelsonville-York out of the eye. Pitch out. Alex Mount on the right side. And Mount is brought down after a gain of about 5 yards. Let's see where they spot it. Maybe a pickup of 4.
Number 56, Tyler Wilkinson. Number 8, Colt Taylor. And number 9, Jake Eisman.
Ball inside the Spartan 25-yard line. Pickup of 4 brings up 2nd and 6.
Lines are kind of hard to pick up, Jim. You're doing a nice job on those numbers out there.
2nd and 6 for the Buckeyes.
2nd down and 6 for Nelsonville-York. At about the 22-yard line. Handoff goes to Noah Andrews. Nice pickup for Andrews, close to a first down.
I was going to say real close depending on the spot of the ball here.
By number 8, Colt Taylor.
Colt Taylor on the stop that time for the Spartans.
Looks like the Buckeyes will be just shy of the first down, waiting for the spot. And it looks like we're going to have a measurement. 9:10 to play in the opening quarter. This is the initial drive of this game. Buckeyes taking the opening kickoff and driving it down the field.
And I believe 2 of their plays have gone to the right side of the field, and the other 4 have come to the left side. They've obviously, like I said, spotted something they like on the left side of the line. The Buckeyes are busting open a nice hole out there. As I'm looking at the line, you got 77, Patrick McQuaid, 54, Eli Fox, 58, Jason Riffles, 63, Ethan McCombs, and I didn't pick up the far right side yet, Jimmy. Number 70 out there on the far right.
So the Buckeyes will have a 3rd and short.
Which is Ethan Summerfield. Sorry about that.
3rd down and about a half yard to go for the Buckeyes. Right around the 17-yard line of Alexander. Buckeyes in a power eye this time. And Adams hands it off to Mount, and he's got the first down and more. And Alex Mount takes it down to about the 9-yard line. Again, we have to wait for the spot.
Hit by number 8, Colt Taylor.
Buckeyes will have a 1st and goal situation.
1st and goal, Buckeyes.
And they'll spot it right around the 9-yard line. Jeremy Warren coming in with the Buckeye play. 1st and goal, Buckeyes at the 9 of the Spartans.
Buckeyes moving the ball very effectively on the ground on this first drive.
Buckeyes in a T formation this time. Handoff, I believe, to Noah Andrews.
Noah Andrews on the carry.
Looks like he takes it down to about the 4-yard line.
Number 8, Colt Taylor. And number
Colt Taylor again in on the stop that time.
They spotted at the 5. 2nd and goal for the Buckeyes at the Spartan 5.
More of a power run play that time for the Buckeyes over the right-hand side as Noah powers down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal, 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter, 0-0, but the Buckeyes looking real strong on this first offensive series.
Mount in motion on the right side. Hand off to Andrews once again.
Gets it down inside the 2 maybe?
Yeah, it looks like he's around the 1, as you said. Again, waiting for the spot. Looks like they'll spot it back close to the 2, so it's 3rd and goal for the Buckeyes right there.
Wilkinson and Bobo on the stop that time for the Spartans. 3rd down and goal from the 2, Jimmy.
Colt Adams under center at quarterback. Walker Elliott in motion to this side. Pitch out. Alex Mount. Mount with a stiff arm, and he's going to take it in for a touchdown.
Nice blocking around the left-hand side that time for the Buckeyes. You had Eli Fox, Ethan McCombs, along with Cannon Kilbarger out there just doing an excellent job. Lead blocking out that way along with Walker Elliott. Just all guys did a nice job on that left-hand side. A little bit of a stiff arm from Alex. Touchdown Buckeyes. Well, that's the way to start the ball game out right there, Jim.
Nice drive by the Buckeyes, taking the opening kickoff and driving it down the field. About a 64-yard drive, I believe, to begin this game for a touchdown. Nelsonville-York out of the eye. The receivers split out on each side, going for 2. Adams back to pass, throws over the middle, and it is caught for the 2-point
Cannon holds
conversion.
on to it. Cannon bobbled it a little bit, but coddled it there at the bottom, held on to it, didn't allow it to hit the ground. Buckeyes need those extra points.
7:10 to play in the first quarter. Buckeyes 8, Spartans 0. Jeremy Wareham will kick it away for the Buckeyes.
Boy, Jeremy usually uses a squib.
Joe Barnes, Lucas Thompson back deep. It's picked up at the 31 by an up man. And a nice return for the Spartans. The Buckeyes will finally get him down all the way out at the 46-yard line.
Actually, I believe the first man to hit him out there that time was number 5, Reed Courtney, and then the rest of the Buckeyes came in to help wrestle him down.
I believe that was Colt Taylor for Alexander on the return.
What I'm starting to say is, we know Jeremy's going to typically utilize the squib kick in those, scenarios. But if you watch the lineup on the receiving team for the Spartans, they didn't have anybody from the hash marks to the sideline on either side. There's a lot of open room if you're going to try a squib to get one of your quick guys out there in the corner and get that as an onside kick.
The Spartans like to throw the ball, and they will pass on first down. It is complete to Lucas Thompson. And he's close to an Alexander first down in Buckeye territory, right around the 43. Brody McGrath coming into this game has thrown for 1,233 yards and 13 touchdowns. And Lucas Thompson on that reception, his favorite target. He's got 30 passes for 478 yards and a couple touchdowns.
Buckeye secondary will be tested.
Handoff this time by Alexander, and the Buckeyes all over it. 2-yard loss back to the 46.
Jay Elliott and Neil Pauly in on that stop that time, backs him up a couple yards.
59, Jay Elliott.
Spartans splitting out 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Who was it that carried that ball that time, Jim? I didn't even catch it quick enough. I think it was number 1, Josh Barnes, but I'm not sure.
Now the Spartans with 4 receivers split out wide left, 1 to the right. Again, Brody McGrath at quarterback. McGrath looking to throw, comes to this side. Being rushed, and he'll be taken down.
Eli Fox throws him for a big loss.
Back at midfield. And it'll bring up a 4th down and about 6 situation for the Spartans.
Nice pursuit off the defensive end position by Eli Fox that time. Wrestle McGrath to the ground for a big loss to where they're going to have to punt the ball back over to the Buckeyes offense.
Eli Fox coming into this game with 3 sacks. Picks up another one there. Spartans will punt it away. Jeremy Wareham back deep to receive the punt. High snap. And the Buckeyes trying to get the punter. And they will knock him out of bounds at the Spartan 38-yard line.
TJ Warren, and then Cannon Kilbarger comes up as there was a host of Buckeyes in the backfield that time, as there was a bad snap over his head, and then as he turned to try to kick it, it looks like he just dropped the ball. Gives the Buckeyes great field position right after they had an opening series where they carried the ball on every down. They had the ball for 10 actual offensive plays and went 64 yards on into the end zone in the first series. See if the Buckeyes can do more of this power game. Is like we were just saying, they're starting out with a short field inside the 40-yard line, down to the 38 already of the Spartans.
Walker Elliott in motion to this side. Colt Adams hands it off to Noah Andrews. Hole for Andrews, and he'll take it down close to the 30 as he picks up 7 or 8 yards.
Nice power run over the left-hand side again for the Buckeyes. Cozart's the stop on the defensive side of the ball for the Spartans, but they're going to say 7 yards for Noah that time.
They spotted at the 31 of Alexander. 2nd and 3 for the Buckeyes. 4:35 to play in the first quarter. Nelsonville-York 8, Alexander 0. Elliott in motion to this side once again. Colt Adams hands it off to Alex Mount. And Mount's got the first down and more as he takes it down close to the 20-yard line.
Did a nice job of going over the right-hand side and then cutting back up the field when he found the seam.
In on the tackle for the Spartans, number 9, Jake Eisman. First down, Buckeyes.
Jason Talbert coming in with the Buckeye play on this first down situation at the 22 of the Spartans. First down and 10. Buckeyes out of the eye with the receiver split out on each side. Pitch out, Alex Mount on the right side. And Mount's knocked down, but he picks up another nice gain for the Buckeyes, close to 5 yards.
Number 8, Colt Taylor, and 56, Wilkinson, in on the stop that time for the Spartans.
Gain of 4 brings up 2nd and 6.
Brings up 2nd down and 6 for the Buckeyes.
Ball at the Spartan 17-yard line. Second down and 6 for the Buckeyes. Walker Elliott once again in motion left. Handoff Noah Andrews. Andrews running hard, and he's close to another Buckeye first down.
Just a good old power football for the Buckeyes here right now.
Hit by number 56, Tyler Wilkinson.
Offensive line really knocking open some holes here for Nelsonville-York here in the first quarter.
Doing an excellent job out there.
Just knocking the Spartans backwards right now.
They're getting, obviously, the surge off the snap of the ball, getting enough of a hole that Noah and Mount can find their way through, and they're doing what they need to do right now on every aspect of the game.
1st and 10 at the 11. Jeremy Warren on the move, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Jeremy Warren, we're just talking about how that young man really performed well last week. In the absence of Mount, Warren came in and had over about 184 total offensive yards for the Buckeyes. You could see a little bit of the quickness and speed for Jeremy right there as he just scampers right on, and then a little power at the end to bowl his way on into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Nelsonville-York successful on their first 2-point conversion attempt. Let's see if they can do it again. Out of the power eye. Handoff, Alex Mount. And he's in for the 2-point conversion. 2:54 to play in quarter number 1. Buckeyes 16, Spartans nothing. Jeremy Warren will kick it away for Nelsonville-York.
Again, the way Jeremy squib kicks things, you want to take a look at this. Look at the lineup of the Spartans right now. Basically nobody from the hash mark to the end line over here, the sideline. If he went to the right or the left, if you got a speedy guy, you can get there.
Taken by a nutman at the 29, and once again, it's number 8 for the Spartans. I believe it's Colt Taylor.
Number 8, Colt Taylor.
And he's brought down right around the 40.
First hit by Eli Fox, number 54, defensively for the Buckeyes that time.
54, Eli Fox. First and 10, Alexander. At their own 41-yard line.
Spartans 1st and 10. They spotted at the 41 of Alexander.
Well, the Buckeye defense did an excellent job in the first series. They gave up a 9-yard pass play to start out the game, and then they had 2 back-to-back defensive plays where they backed the offense up of the Spartans and put themselves in a position where the Spartans had to kick it over to them in a 3-and-out.
McGrath looking to throw.
And the defense
is
all
sacked.
over him.
Jay Elliott.
Jay Elliott powered right through there. Again, the entire defensive line for the Buckeyes were, before you knew it, 3, 4, 5 yards deep, and McGrath just had nowhere to even go. He had a couple of receivers that might have been open initially, but he didn't have any time to look anywhere.
Loss of about 6 brings up 2nd and 16.
Brings up 2nd down and 15 for the Spartans.
Brody McGrath looking to throw, rolls to this side, and he'll throw long. And Lucas Thompson may have pulled that in, and he does, at the Buckeye 45-yard line, and that's a Spartan 1st down.
Lucas Thompson, 1st down, Alexander.
Wow, you've got to give some credit to the receiver that time, as Hunter actually was covering him pretty well on that one. Ball just happened to be lobbed up there for a 20-yard pass play, and the Spartans have their first down of the ball game.
Brody McGrath looking to throw, comes to this side. Now he does throw, and he just throws it away. Buckeyes with good coverage. Brings up 2nd and 10 for Alexander.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans.
1:58 to play in the first quarter. Buckeyes up 16-0. Spartans at the Buckeye 45. 2 receivers to each side. Brody McGrath standing at midfield, the quarterback for Alexander. Drops back, looking to throw, does so, and it falls incomplete. Trying to get it out to Josh Barnes.
Pass intended for number 1, Josh Barnes.
He had him out there, but again, he had to. You could see he's feeling the pressure of the defensive line right there, because he had a little more time, but he tried to let go of that ball a little bit quicker than he needed to, and that's not because he's out there wanting to get rid of the ball quick. It's because he's nervous with the defensive line of the Buckeyes putting so much pressure on him right now.
3rd and 10 for Alexander at the Buckeye 45. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Buckeyes wanting to blitz here.
McGrath throws. It is caught this time by Barnes, and he breaks a tackle. And it looks like he's got a Spartan 1st down.
Just gets across the first line marker as he's finally brought down out there by T.J. Warren, I believe.
1st and 10 at the Buckeye 34-yard line. Two receivers on each side for Alexander. Again, Brody McGrath at quarterback. Takes a snap. Throws to this side. It falls incomplete.
Nungaster was looking to make the hit all the way that time as the ball was intended for his receiver, Jacob Warwick. It goes through his hands as he probably heard Nungaster coming up behind him, and they hit Nungaster right in the pads.
Spartans at the Nelsonville-York 34-yard line.
2nd and 10 for the Spartans at the Buckeye 34. Again, 2 receivers to each side. Brody McGrath at quarterback. Takes a snap. Fakes it to Barnes, and he'll keep it himself. Nice run by McGrath, and he'll take it down close to the Buckeye 20. That's another Alexander 1st down.
Hit by Cannon Kilbarger and then brought down by Hunter Edwards that time. That's the best running attack they've had, a running play they've had from the line of scrimmage, no doubt about that. 14 positive yards for the Spartans on the ground that time.
1st and 10 at the Buckeye 20. Again, 2 receivers to each side. Man in motion now to the left. McGrath rolls to this side. And he will throw, and it is
down
caught
to the 1.
At the 1-yard line. 1st and goal from right there.
Nice throw from McGrath down, I believe. They said that was number 80 out there, wasn't it, Thompson?
Lucas Thompson. Again, the leading receiver for Alexander coming into this game. 1st and goal at the Buckeye 1. 1:01 to play in the first quarter. Two receivers on each side. McGrath, and the ball may have been loose.
It did look like he dropped it as he was trying to sneak up and take a quarterback sneak on into the end zone, but as soon as the ball was snapped, it looked like it hit the ground. So be no gain on the play, or maybe the length of a football.
Second and goal with the Buckeye 1.
30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Buckeyes lead 16-0, but Spartans knocking on the door.
Man in motion to the left. McGrath, and the ball is loose this time. He'll throw, and it's caught for the touchdown by Josh Barnes.
Very alert play by McGrath that time, and not to panic. The ball hit the ground. He turns and pays attention to what's going on, and he sees number 1, Josh Barnes, in the end zone, drops it to him for their first touchdown of the ball game.
To see if Alexander will attempt the extra point or if they'll go for 2. Looks like they will be going for 2. Buckeyes up 10 right now. Spartans trying to make this a 1-score Buckeye lead by converting. McGrath takes a snap, looking to throw. Now being pressured. And Neil Polly will take him down across the way, and the 2-point conversion attempt fails.
Good pressure by the Buckeyes defense again.
16-6, Buckeyes on top. 21 seconds to play, first quarter.
Nelsonville-York 16, Alexander 6, 22, Jeremy Warren, and number 46.
Jeremy Warren back deep for the Buckeyes.
Kicking off for the Spartans, number 55,
Robert Fish will kick it away for Alexander.
Squib kick over to the left-hand side the first time he kicked off.
Does it again, and it'll be picked up by Walker Elliott. Walker Elliott on the move for the Buckeyes, and he's run out of bounds.
Right around, just inside the 40. Well, I guess they're going to say about the 35-yard line.
Run out of bounds for number 26.
Good field position for Nelsonville-York. So the Buckeyes 2 for 2 so far with their drives. Both drives ending in touchdowns and a successful 2-point conversion.
64-yard drive to start the ball game out in their first offensive series. In the second series, they start the ball, I believe, just inside the 35 or at the 35-yard line of the Spartans. March that one in for a touchdown also. Again, the Buckeyes have done everything on the ground to this point. They've been able to be very effective. The offensive line's moving the Spartans around and opening up nice holes.
Walker Elliott in motion. Handoff to Noah Andrews, fighting for some yardage, and he'll take it out to about the 38-yard line, a gain of 3.
At this point, the Buckeyes, that'll be the end of the first quarter, but the Buckeyes are just trying to line it up and continue with that smash mouth blocking. We're going to come right at you type football. And it's worked the first couple series, but if you noticed right there, the Spartan defense changed their defense a little bit and brought more guys along the line. They're going to try to put a stop to that end of that running here as the game rolls through.
At the end of the first quarter, Nelsonville-York 16 and Alexander 6. Buckeyes 2nd and 7 as we begin the second quarter of play. Buckeyes on their own 38-yard line. Adams hands it off. Alex Mount on the left side on the move for the Buckeyes. And he crosses midfield and is taken down at the Alexander 48-yard line. First down and 10 Buckeyes.
By number 3, Jacob Wyrick, and number 56, Tyler Wilkinson. First down, Nelsonville-York.
Nice carry that time for the Buckeyes. Mount as he gets around the outside.
Jeremy Warren coming in with the Buckeye play. First down and 10. Buckeyes at the Spartan 48. Nelsonville-York out of the power I this time. Hand off to the Buckeye tailback. It's Mount, and he's fighting for extra yardage and takes it down to close to the 40-yard line of Alexander, a gain of about 7. Actually, a gain of 8, 2nd and 2. So the Buckeyes still moving the ball. The offensive line still opening up holes, and the Buckeye backs running hard.
There's no doubt the offensive line is what's opening up the holes and making things happen here for the Buckeyes right now.
2nd and 2 for Nelsonville-York at the Spartan 40. Buckeyes out of the eye. Hand off to Andrews.
He's hit right at the line of scrimmage that time. He had nowhere to go.
Driven backwards, no gain. 3rd and 2 for the Buckeyes. Nelsonville-York trying to drive down and get that touchdown back that the Spartans just scored. Nelsonville-York leading by 10.
Just the start of the second quarter here. The Buckeyes up 16-6, 10.5 minutes of play in the first half. They've had the ball. This will be their 3rd offensive series of the ball game. The first 2 series, nothing but groundwork for the Buckeyes. Power football up the middle. Mostly everything between the hashes. They get a few outside, but for the most part right between the hash marks here.
3rd and 2 for the Buckeyes. Walker Elliott in motion. Pitch out. Alex Mount, and he slips and goes down. It looks like he was going to get the first down. He was cutting it back up, and it looked like it was there.
Nice blocking on that right side for the Buckeyes as they mark it right at the line of scrimmage.
Of course, we've had a lot of rain the past couple days. Of course, today was beautiful, but Wednesday and Thursday, a lot of rain in the area.
But again, like I noted, when the Spartans were able to beat the Buckeyes here a few years back, this field was extremely muddy. The field looks like it's in pretty good condition here tonight. Buckeyes
4th and 2 out of the eye. Handoff to Mount. The ball's loose, and so the Spartans are going to hold either way, whether they recovered it or not.
Eli Fox actually covered it up for the Buckeyes, but like you said, that's irrelevant. It's 4th down play. The ball went nowhere.
So Alexander will take over on their own 41-yard line. 1st down and 10. They trail the Buckeyes 16-6. 9:25 to play in the first half.
We'll call that a fumble, fumble for the Buckeyes, but more importantly, like you said, 4th down play like that, don't get the yardage. Now you're handing the ball back over to the Spartans, and they just came off of a nice offensive series where they moved the ball pretty effectively in the air. Right now, they've only got like 3 positive yards on the ground, but 60 positive yards on 8 attempted passes.
McGrath being rushed, throws, and it's incomplete. Walker Elliott knocks it away.
I was just wondering how susceptible the Buckeyes would be to a screen play as the defensive line has just been getting a great surge and putting the pressure on McGrath. Alex Spartan coaching staff saw the same thing, tried to dump it off, that time to number 1. Josh Barnes, but Walker Elliott right there to blow the play up.
2nd and 10 for the Spartans on their own 41-yard line. Lucas Thompson in motion. McGrath throws to this side and knocked away by Walker Elliott once again.
Another great defensive play by Walker Elliott coming out of that linebacker position.
3rd and 10 for the Spartans. Alexander with 2 receivers on the right and now 2 on the left. 3rd down and 10 on their own 41. Again, Brody McGrath at quarterback. He's got Josh Barnes in the backfield with him. McGrath looking to throw, and he's going to throw long to this side. Good coverage by Jeremy Warren, and it falls incomplete.
Jeremy had perfect position on that. Thought he was going to get the interception. Nice job by the defense. I almost thought that the receiver number 80 that time, Thompson, took off just a little early. No flags went up, but worked out for the Buckeyes.
Flag down in the Spartan backfield, but it's holding on Alexander, so the Buckeyes will decline. Brings up 4th and 10. Spartans on their own 41. Jeremy Warren will be back deep to receive the Spartan punt.
So after the Spartans march down the field and score their first touchdown, the defense for the Buckeyes in the secondary comes up big with a 3-and-out. 3 attempted pass plays and all well defended by the Buckeyes.
Robert Fish will punt it away. Good snap.
Much better snap. Oh, Jay
nice
Elliott
punt.
Almost got in there, though.
Lands at the Buckeye 19. Jeremy Warren thinking about picking it up, but the Spartans will down it inside the 10.
Close to the 6-yard line.
There is another flag down all the way back to Spartan 45. Of course, the Buckeyes will take that one if it's on Alexander, but it's on Nelsonville-York.
I think they just called holding on the Buckeyes.
We have holding on the Buckeyes.
And they're bringing the football all the way back.
I'm thinking they just pointed in the wrong direction, maybe. That it is truly holding on the Spartans.
And it is on the Spartans. They'll bring up 4th down and 16 back at the Alexander 35.
Yeah, the white hat definitely pointed to the Buckeyes.
Excuse me, the Spartans.
Now the officials will talk things over.
Everybody wants to make sure they know what they don't think they're talking about out there.
So if that penalty stands against Alexander, that's a break for the Buckeyes, because Alexander with a beautiful punt by Robert Fish, and the Spartans down back at the Buckeyes 6.
That was a great kick, and then it got an even better bounce for the for the Spartans, like you said, 6-yard line. Hopefully the Buckeyes can do a little better on this reception or this punt here.
And now they'll spot it back a little bit further. And the official did. Alexander had a 4th and 10 at the 40 and 41, and the official started marking it back from the 45, the 10 yards. But at the same time, I thought, well, that's probably where the
I was just going to say,
place.
I wasn't sure if it's from the spot of the foul or not, you know.
But now they've marked it off 10 yards from the 41, so it brings up 4th and 20 for the Spartans back on their own 31. Robert Fish will try it again on the punt. A beautiful punt last time. Gets it away. Jeremy Warren lets it hit, and the Spartans will down it right around the 25-yard line. So the Buckeyes pick up about 19 yards on that penalty.
Yeah, big decision. Bode very well for the Buckeyes that time, as the penalty only backs up the Spartans 10 yards, but like you said, the Buckeyes gain 19 yards on the play.
Nelsonville-York.
1st and 10 Buckeyes on their own 25, 8:47 to play before halftime, and the Buckeyes up 16-6.
Well, the Buckeyes yet to put the ball in the air. It might be nice time to surprise the defensive side of the ball on the Spartans and spread this out a little bit.
Nelsonville-York out of the eye. Colt Adams at quarterback. Handoff will go to the tailback, Alex Mount, and not much there this time.
Alex Mount on the carry.
Looks like he'll pick up 1. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9 at the 26.
Wilkinson in on the stop that time for the Spartans.
Brings up 2nd down and 9 for the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes on their own 26, 2nd down and 9. Nelsonville-York leading by 10. 8:13 to play before halftime. Walker Elliott in motion to the left. And
He's
Adams
got Jeremy
back to
wide
pass.
open.
And it's caught by Jeremy Warren across midfield, the 40, 30, and run out of bounds all the way down at the Spartan 20-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like it's around the 26.
That's what I was talking about, just right there. Everything's been on the ground. You know that the defense is watching that line of scrimmage tight, watching for the run. Makes them a little susceptible, and right there you saw the speed of Jeremy getting behind the defense, got himself wide open. Colt finds him out there in the flats. Big pass play for the Buckeyes. Ball spotted right at the 25, Jimmy?
Maybe just inside
24. So a 52-yard pass play for the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes out of the power I, 1st down and 10. Handoff to Mount, and he's hit and dropped immediately for a loss.
Number 55, Robert Fish.
Robert
Be a
Fish
loss
on
of
the-
1.
Fish on the stop again for the Spartans.
2nd down and 11 for the Buckeyes, back at the 25 of the Spartans. Again, Buckeyes up 10, 7:25 to play in the 2nd quarter.
Brings up 2nd down and 11 for the Buckeyes.
Seven minutes to play here in the 2nd quarter. The Buckeyes up 16-6, and after that big 52-yard pass play from Colt Adams to Jeremy Warren, setting themselves up to try to get back into the end zone again.
Elliott in motion, pitch out, low. A little bit low, but dropped by Alex Mount, and he covers it up back at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Mount wasn't able to really ever get a good handle on that ball, as, like you said, it was a little low on the pitch, and I think it might have caught his pad on his thigh there and went straight to the ground. He did a nice job of covering up and not making a bad situation any worse.
So the Buckeyes will have a 3rd down and about 15 back at the Spartan 29. Of course, Nelsonville-York in 4-down territory. Buckeyes out of the eye with Jason Talbert split out wide left and Jeremy Warren wide right. Colt Adams back to pass. Protection. Good protection.
Oh.
And a flag comes in.
Adams pass intended for number 6. Noah Andrews falls incomplete.
The pass is incomplete. Again, a flag is down.
Well-designed little play, though. Colt Adams played that one off well. He had Jeremy streaking down the sideline. You had Cannon Kilbarger streaking up the middle, and the defense went with him. They pulled Noah out of the backfield, and he was wide open in that flat. They just couldn't quite get him the ball.
Looks like an illegal receiver downfield is the call on the Buckeyes. Of course, it was incomplete, so let's see if the Spartans decline it and bring up 4th and 15, or if they'll take the penalty. You would think it would be declined. And it is, and it's 4th and 15 for the Buckeyes at the 29 of Alexander.
Big 4th down play here.
Jeremy Warren split out wide right. Jason Talbert wide left. Buckeyes out of the eye. 4th and 15. Colt Adams back to pass. And he throws, and it's incomplete down at the 20-yard line. There is a flag down close to the line of scrimmage. Could be a holding on the Buckeyes.
I'd say typically a holding spot what they'd call there. Boy, as soon as Colt got rid of that ball, he got hammered by 3 different Spartans.
And they say holding on Alexander.
Well, I don't know if he's pointing the right direction again. I guess he is.
And they are talking to the Buckeyes. And if it's holding, I would believe that's an automatic 1st down unless it's different in high school football.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was trying to think if they're just mark it off, if that'll be an automatic 1st down.
.608 to play in the second quarter. The Buckeyes up 16-6. In Nelsonville-York had a 4th down and 15 at the Spartan 29, and the pass fell incomplete, but a holding call called on Alexander, defensive holding. And now they'll spot it off, and I believe that will be an automatic 1st down.
And they spotted it from the point of the hold.
And it's not an automatic 1st down, but the Buckeyes a lot closer this time, 4th and 4 instead of 4th and 15.
Brings up 4th and 5 for the Buckeyes.
Ball spotted, it looks to be around the 17-yard line of Alexander, and the Buckeyes will split out 2 receivers to each side. 4th down and about 5. Colt Adams looking to throw. And Colt Adams is going to be sacked, and he was down. That looked like a good call by the official.
It's irrelevant. It's 4th down play, no matter if he's down where he's sacked or if the fumble recovery goes their way. It's either way, it's Spartan ball. Big defensive play by the Spartans that time.
So Alexander holds on downs. They'll take over on their own 28-yard line with 6:02 to play here in the first half, and Spartans down 10. Brody McGrath at quarterback as the Spartans split out 3 receivers to the right. Now there'll be 4 over to the right.
Definitely attacking the Buckeyes in the air. The last series, they put the ball in the air 3 times, and all 3 times the Buckeyes defense came up with a big stop.
McGrath throwing long on the right side towards Lucas Thompson. He catches it in the Buckeye territory down to the 42.
Brought down out there by Cannon Kilbarger and Hunter Edwards.
So a nice pass and catch. Brody McGrath, Lucas Thompson.
30-yard pass play. Those 2 have connected for 78 yards already here in tonight's contest.
And we have a timeout called by Nelsonville-York. 5:54 to play before halftime. The Buckeyes up 16-6.
In Southeastern Ohio. So give Rusty a call at 742
Spartans first down and 10 at the Buckeye 42-yard line. Birdie McGrath at quarterback. Now being rushed out of the pocket. Neil Polly in pursuit. And let's see if it's caught. And it is caught. I thought they were going to call it incomplete, but it looks like they're spotting it. Now they're taking it back.
Yeah, they're taking it back. I was going to say, I can't see the sideline that easily from here, but that did not look like he was in bounds.
So 2nd and 10 for the Spartans. Incomplete pass. 2 receivers to each side for Alexander. Birdie McGrath looking to throw. Being rushed. Throws on the right side, and it's caught by Josh Barnes. And he'll go down after a pickup of about 5 to the Buckeye 36.
Brought down out by Bryson Nungaster that time for the Buckeyes defense.
Pickup of 6. And brings up 3rd and 4. 5:22 to play in the second quarter. Clock is running. Buckeyes up 10, 16-6.
Buckeyes secondary getting a workout here this evening.
3 receivers to the left. McGrath back to pass, being rushed. And he's just going to throw it away, and it's going to fall incomplete. And a flag comes in. We may have intentional grounding. Late flag comes in the Spartan backfield.
You know, I don't know the high school rule compared to some of the other leagues at this point, but...
And they're waving off the flag.
I was going to say, it seems like he was chased out of the pocket by that time, and typically you can throw the ball away once you've scrambled out of the pocket.
As long as it makes it to the
across the
line of scrimmage and, I believe, out of bounds.
Right.
That was the only question I had from way over here. It's hard to tell if it made it, but they do wave it off. Now Alexander now with a 4th down and 4. And, of course, they will go for it. At the Buckeye 36, McGrath back to pass. Big Neil Polly in pursuit.
Misses him.
McGrath throws, and he just throws it away. There is a flag down right around the line of scrimmage, and it looks like it's on Alexander.
Hoping that's a hold against the Spartans. Will decline that. The Buckeyes should get the ball back here with 4:49 to play, up 16-6. And they're exchanging footballs. That means they're putting the Buckeyes offense back out on the field, Jim.
Holding on Alexander. Of course, the Buckeyes decline. Nelsonville-York will take the football. And the Buckeyes hold on downs. Buckeyes 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. Up 16-6, 4:49 to play in the second quarter. And at quarterback for the Buckeyes, Hunter Edwards. Buckeyes will split out 2 receivers to each side. Man in motion, it's Mount. Handoff to Andrews. Fake to Mount, and then a handoff to Andrews, and the pile is moving all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Nice strong run by Noah that time.
Run down by number 55, Robert Fish, number 8, Cole Taylor, and number 1, Josh Barnes.
First down and 10, Buckeyes on their own 48. Pickup of about 13. Buckeyes with plenty of time left here in the first half, 4.5 minutes, and Nelsonville-York with 2 timeouts left.
Like we said before, moving the ball very effectively on the ground. One big pass play, Colt Adams to Jeremy Warren for 52 yards.
This time Edwards keeps it himself, and he picks up
about 4.
See where they spot it. Looks like they will spot it at the 48. So the Buckeyes will have a 2nd down and about 6.
Brings up 2nd down and 7 for the Buckeyes.
4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Again, Hunter Edwards at quarterback. Buckeyes out of the power I. Handoff goes to Alex Mount. And he'll take it inside the 45-yard line of Alexander, and he'll be just a couple yards shy of a first down for the Buckeyes.
Josh Barnes and number 50, Shea Grigsby.
And they will spot it at the Spartan 43. So actually it's a third down and about one, maybe a yard and a half for Nelsonville-York. Buckeyes splitting out a receiver to each side, and you got an entire freshman backfield with Hunter Edwards at quarterback, Noah Andrews at fullback, and Alex Mount at tailback. And Mount takes the handoff, and he's got the first down.
Nice
spins
spin.
away and goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A pickup of about 7-8 yards, and Nelsonville-York with the first down.
Ran out of bounds for number 9, Jake Eisman. First down, Nelsonville-York. Timeout, Alexander.
So Alexander will take a timeout. Buckeyes first down and 10 at the Spartan 36-yard line. Nelsonville-York leading 16-6, 3 minutes, 7 seconds to play in the first half. Buckeyes first and 10 at the Spartan 36-yard line. Nelsonville-York out of the eye. Hunter Edwards under center at quarterback. He'll keep it himself around the left side. And Edwards will be taken down after a nice gain for Nelsonville-York.
Got it inside, just inside the 30 or right at the 30, I believe.
Number 1, Josh Barnes.
Pickup of about 7 yards, second down and 3.
Josh Barnes on the stop that time for the Spartans.
Actually a pickup of 6 where they spotted at second down and 4 for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, they do spot it out close to the 31-yard line. Or just outside the 30, I guess.
Second down and 4 for Nelsonville-York. Buckeyes up 10, 2:22 to play in the first half. Walker Elliott in motion to the left. Edwards back to pass. Throwing on the left side, and it's caught by Jeremy Warren. Down deep in Spartan territory. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like around the 15.
I think you're right.
Nelsonville-York.
So Jeremy breaks free on that route out to the left-hand side, and Hunter's first pass goes for positive 15 yards for the Buckeyes. Actually, they spot it just inside the 15, they're saying, down to the 14.
First and 10, Buckeyes, 2 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the second quarter. Buckeyes out of the eye, pitch out, Alex Mount. And Mount running hard and takes it down close to the 5-yard line. Nice pickup. Looks like they'll spot it maybe around the 7.
Number 1, Josh Barnes, and number 9, Jake Eisman. Brings up second down and 2.
Second down and 2, so an 8-yard pickup down to the 6 for Alex Mount. Plenty of time for the Buckeyes, 1:40 to play in the second quarter.
Already up by 10, 16-6. Trying to put some more points on the board here.
Handoff Alex Mount. Close to a touchdown, but they say he's just shy of the goal line.
Alex Mount, the ball carrier.
So it is a first down and goal for the Buckeyes at the 1-yard line. First and goal at the 1 for Nelsonville-York.
With those 5 yards, I've got Alex at exactly 100 yards on the contest this evening on 18 carries.
Buckeyes out of the power I. Handoff to Noah Andrews, and he's hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Number 6, Andrews, ball carrier.
Still a lot of time as the clock hits 1 minute to play here in the first half. The Buckeyes up 16-6.
Of course, the
Second and
Buckeyes
goal with a yard to go.
And the Buckeyes 2 timeouts left, but obviously they don't want to use them unless they have to. They don't want to leave the Spartans with much time.
No, quite honestly, with the passing attack that the Spartans bring to the table, you don't want to give them any real opportunity that you don't have to give them.
Buckeyes out of the power I. Second goal from the Spartan 1. Edwards hands it off. No, he keeps it himself around the right side, and he's in for the score. Touchdown Nelsonville-York.
Big touchdown for the Buckeyes here right before halftime.
Touchdown number 8, Hunter Edwards.
So the Buckeye lead is 22-6.
3 touchdowns for the Buckeyes, 3 different Buckeyes into the end zone. Alex Mount started the contest off with a 2-yard run, 7 minutes to go in the first quarter, and then an 11-yard scamper by Jeremy Warren, and now a yard touchdown end around by Hunter Edwards puts the Buckeyes up currently 22-6. We'll wait for this extra point attempt.
Buckeyes 2 receivers on each side on the 2-point conversion attempt. Hunter Edwards looking to throw, does so, and it's incomplete towards Jeremy Warren. But the Buckeyes lead 22-6, 34 seconds to play in the second quarter.
Nelsonville-York 22, Alexander 6.
Jeremy Warren will kick it away for the Buckeyes. Comes to this side, picked up by an up man. It's Josh Barnes. Barnes across the 40 of Alexander and actually knocked down as he headed backwards a little bit, trying to get to the outside, knocked down at the 39.
By number 53, David Ray.
From Nelsonville, David Ray.
David Ray, the second leading tackler for the Buckeyes coming into this game with 33. Cannon Kilbarger, the leading tackler with 39. Eli Fox with 29.
David Ray had a great ball game last week. He was very active on the defensive side of the ball for the Buckeyes that put him in that position.
So the Spartans with 27 seconds left. Alexander with 27 seconds left to work with. I believe they have all 3 of their timeouts left. First and 10 on their own 39. McGrath throws to this side. Lucas Thompson pulls it in, makes a nice move. Crosses midfield, knocked down at the Buckeye 47. 19 seconds left.
Cannon Kilbarger in on the stop that time.
First down.
And Alexander will use one of those 3 timeouts. 19 seconds to play in the second quarter. The Buckeyes up 22-6. Spartans first and 10. Just inside the Buckeye 47. 19 seconds to play in the first half. 3 receivers to the right. McGrath fakes the throw out to the right. Now a throw long on the right side, and it's nearly picked off, but it falls incomplete. There is a flag down. .13 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
I think the Buckeyes just gave the Spartans a big help to try to get themselves in a position to throw this ball into the end zone once or twice yet with 13 seconds to play.
Defensive holding on Nelsonville-York. So a 10-yard penalty takes it down to the Buckeye 36-yard line.
I think the Buckeyes are fortunate. High school rule is this 10-yard penalty. In certain leagues, in certain situations, they'd be marking that down where the play where it actually happened.
13 seconds to play in the second quarter. Brody McGrath at quarterback. 3 receivers to the right.
He's already got 110 yards in the air.
Dropping back, being rushed. Eli Fox after him, gets away, throws, and it is caught down around the Buckeye 30 with 5 seconds to play.
McGrath's pass is complete to number 1, Josh Barnes.
Nice pickup of only about 6 yards for Alexander that time. Thought they got it a little further down there. It was a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, a lot of scrambling. He was back close to the 50-yard line, if not 45 of the Buckeye side of the ball, or their own side of the field, I mean, before he actually was able to let go of that ball. More than likely is the last play of the half, as there's only 5 seconds to play now with the Buckeyes up 22-6.
Brody McGrath at quarterback from the Buckeye 30. McGrath now running with the football and trying to get away, but the Buckeyes will bring him down.
Mr. Eli Fox wrapped him up around the ankles, and the rest of the Buckeyes brought him down. That'll be the end of the first half.
Buckeyes with good coverage down the field. McGrath had to take off with it, and Nelsonville-York tackles him to end the first half of play. Nelsonville-York with a 22-6 lead over Alexander here at Alexander High School. Jeremy Warren will kick it away for the Buckeyes to begin the second half.
Adams, the winner of the split the punt.
Now the Buckeyes kick the ball over to the Spartans. They'll start out with the ball on the offensive side of the side here in the second half. Spartans carried the ball 6 times in the first half for only 8 yards. Did all their damage in the air.
Kick comes to this side, taken by an up man right around the 30-yard line. Again, that's Josh Barnes, and he's tackled at the 43.
Eli Fox on the stop again for the coverage team, that time for the Buckeyes. And as I was starting to say, the damage for the Spartans offense was done in the air. They completed 9 of 18 passes for 116 yards in the air, and 92 of it went to Lucas Thompson. I think if I was the Buckeyes defense at this point, I'd be covering him top and bottom and try to take him out of the game and force them to go to someone else. Every other pass has gone to number 1, Josh Barnes.
First down and 10, Spartans on their own 43. Brody McGrath at quarterback. And handoff on the right side to Josh Barnes. Crosses the 45 into Buckeye territory, and he's upended at the Buckeye 40.
Cannon Kilbarger came up and laid a lick on him there, but he got around the corner and got some big yardage.
Nice tackle by Kilbarger. But as you said, a nice pickup for Josh Barnes.
About 17 yards on the ground. That by far, that's more yards than they had on the ground the entire first half.
Spartans at the Nelsonville-York 39-yard line.
Josh Barnes coming into this game with 338 yards rushing and 8 touchdowns for Alexander. McGrath keeps it himself up the middle, then tries to get to the outside, but the Buckeyes take him down. Big J. Elliott.
Nice job again by the defensive line as a whole. He had nowhere to go as he tries to squirt to the outside. J. Elliott right there to wrestle him to the ground for a loss.
Brings up second down and 14 for the Spartans.
Second down and about 14 for Alexander, back at the Buckeye 44. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Handoff to this side. And Eli Fox with the tackle right around the 42-yard line, a short pickup.
Number 20 that time, Joe Barnes on the carry that time for the Spartans. Again, as you noted, Eli Fox in on the stop that time. Barnes had nowhere to go. Third down and 11.
Picks up about 3, third and 11 at the Buckeye 41. Nelsonville-York leading 22-6 as we begin the second half of play.
So the Spartans come out here in the second half, try to establish a little bit of a running game to force the defense of the Buckeyes to watch for the running game. And then obviously here at third and long, the ball will probably be back in the air.
Brody McGrath takes a snap, looks right, and he throws right, but it's going to be incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and 11.
That ball was intended for Jacob Warwick, and I will tell you, the quarterback read that one right as Noah Andrews did a nice job on the defensive end position, kind of floated back and got right in between the would-be receiver and the quarterback. Had Warwick read that and dashed out across the line of scrimmage a little bit farther, that would have been a big play, but he kind of just hung there and waited. Noah did a nice job defensively breaking that one up.
Looks like the Spartans will go for it. 4th and 11 at the Buckeye 41. There's a lot of time left in this game, but at the same time, Spartans having trouble stopping the Buckeye offense, so can't blame Alexander for going for this. McGrath back to pass, and he'll throw long on to this side. Jeremy Warren, and it's going to be caught down at the 7-yard line of Nelsonville-York, and that's going to be a first down. And
Jeremy Warren could not have played that any better as he went up for that ball. Everybody said, just knock it down, the coaches are hollering. But, I mean, when you're out there and you for sure think you've got that ball caught, you know, that's one of those, it's an obvious in a coach's eyes to say knock it down because you get the ball back here on 4th down scenarios, but it's tough not to try to get that interception. Squeezes it right through his, or slips right through his hands, and great reception on the side of the Spartans.
First and goal at the Buckeye 5. Handoff goes to Josh Barnes, and he's taken down, looks to be right around the 4-yard line.
Hit by number 59,
Jay Elliott in on the stop for the Buckeyes again that time. As you're right, they get 1 yard on the carry.
Second and goal for the Spartans at the Nelsonville-York 4-yard line.
1 yard pickup, second and goal at the Buckeye 4. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Alexander. McGrath looking to pass, now thinking about running, rolls to the right, throws, and it falls incomplete. A flag comes in at the line of scrimmage.
McGrath's pass intended for number 3, Jacob Wyrick, falls incomplete. Brings up third and goal.
Wait and see what this penalty is. Yep.
Looks like an ineligible receiver downfield for Alexander.
Well defended by the secondary that time. McGrath had time to throw. He just couldn't find anybody open that time.
.907 to play in the third quarter. Again, the Buckeyes up by 16 points. Second goal from the Buckeye 10. Burns in motion right. McGrath back to pass, being pressured. He'll throw towards the end zone, and it's nearly picked off down there.
Billy Seal back there defensively. Again, goes up for the ball. Almost looked like a mirror image of what we just saw Jeremy Warren do as the ball goes up. And it kind of slips right through his hands. There was a lot of moisture in the air right now, the dampness on the field. You can see a little bit of a glisten on the grass out there, so you know the ball's getting a little slicker as the evening comes along, and you're seeing that on both those last 2 defensive plays. Nice defensive breakup for Billy.
Third and goal to Buckeye 10. McGrath back to pass, throws, and it's picked off by Neil Polly.
Neil Polly looked up and he thought it looked like the size of a beach ball. He wanted to just reel that one in and try to run downfield.
But I think he saw nothing but green in front of him, and
he was ready to rumble, baby.
I'll tell you, the way he ran down McGrath earlier, ran him down on that far side when Alexander was driving deep into Buckeye territory. He showed some speed.
He's got some good speed for a big guy. He's very deceptive from that perspective. He can move.
So it's fourth and goal to Buckeye 10, and Alexander will attempt a field goal unless they choose to fake it. It's Robert Fish that will attempt the field goal. About a 27-yard attempt. And Nelsonville-York will be called for offsides. It'll be fourth and goal at the Buckeye 5. So on one hand, it gets the kicker a little closer, but also it may make head coach Sean Arno think twice about kicking a field goal here. Ball spotted at the Buckeye 5, fourth and goal from right there for Alexander. Of course, still plenty of time left in this game, 8:55 in the third quarter, and Alexander down 16.
Yeah, this will close it to a 2-score ball game for them if they're able to convert on this field goal.
Robert Fish on the attempt. And the kick is up.
Looks left.
And it's no good.
Looked like it went left.
So the Buckeyes hold, 8:51 to play, third quarter, 22-6, Nelsonville-York. So the Buckeyes have it on the 20, first down and 10 after the missed field goal. Walker Elliott in motion, Hunter Edwards at quarterback. Handoff goes to Noah Andrews.
Wow, Noah did a nice job of grabbing that ball. It looked like a little missed communication there between him and his quarterback Hunter that time as the ball was kind of jostled, and Noah did a nice job of corralling that before anybody was able to hit him.
Gain of 3, second and 7 for Nelsonville-York on their own 23. Buckeyes out of the eye. Handoff goes to Alex Mount. It looks like he'll pick up about 3 yards for the Buckeyes. We're to bring up third down on the 4.
Jacob Warrick on the stop that time for the Spartans. It's under 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter. The Buckeyes did a nice job defensively, had their backs against the wall down there. It was 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Now, granted, there was a penalty against the Spartans, but either way, they hold them out for no points.
3rd and 4 for Nelsonville-York on their own 26. Buckeyes out of the eye. Hunter Edwards at quarterback. Pitch out comes this side to Alex Mount, and he's going to be cut down short of the first down. No gain on the play. So the Buckeyes will punt it away. Actually, looks like Mount picked up a yard on the play.
Back to punt number 22, Jeremy Warren. Back deep.
Jeremy Warren will punt it away.
Number 1, Josh Barnes.
Josh Barnes back deep for Alexander, standing at the Spartan 44.
So basically, the Buckeyes have been able to move the ball effectively all evening.
Jeremy Warren gets it away.
Did a nice job just to get rid of that ball, be able to kick it away.
Buckeyes down at the 39 of Alexander. That's where they'll have their second possession of the second half. 6:42 to play in the third quarter. The Buckeyes up 22-6. 1st and 10 for the Spartans on their own 39. And Brody McGrath at quarterback with 2 receivers on each side. Throws to the right side, and it is complete. Good coverage by Nelsonville-York. Good tackle.
I believe that was number 2, T.J. Warren on the stop out that time for out that way for the Buckeyes.
Brings up 2nd down and 6 for the Spartans.
Gain of about 3 for Alexander. Brings up 2nd down and 7. McGrath takes a snap, looking to throw. Now he'll run with it. Brody McGrath across midfield into Buckeye territory, and he'll be taken down at the Buckeye 40. We may have a block in the back on Alexander. A flag comes in, but we'll wait for the official signal.
Noah Andrews did a nice job of not giving up on that play and racing him down from behind.
.6:05 to play in the third quarter. The Buckeyes 22, the Spartans 6. Now the officials will get together. And they're going to say no foul, waving off the flag.
Back in the back. Come on, Ralph. You ought to hang your head.
At the Nelsonville-York 42-yard line.
So it's 1st and 10 at the Buckeye 39-yard line. Spartans 2 receivers on each side. Brody McGrath at quarterback as man comes in motion to this side. McGrath looking to throw. Does so over the middle, and it falls incomplete.
A little bit of a hit from Neil Pauly. As soon as he let go of that ball, he wasn't able to follow through all the way.
Ball's incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans. At the Nelsonville-York 39-yard line.
2nd down and 10 for Alexander at the Buckeye 39. Spartans 2 receivers on each side. Brody McGrath at quarterback. And hands it off to Josh Barnes. Barnes breaks another tackle, and he'll be brought down. It looks like he may have a first down. And a flag comes in.
Kilborger makes the stop that time for the Buckeyes.
A late flag. And a block in the back on Alexander.
Illegal block in the back against the Spartans.
.5:45 to play in quarter number 3. Buckeyes up by 16 points. Ball spotted back at the Buckeye 39. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Alexander. Couple of receivers to each side once again. McGrath takes a snap. Throws on the right side. And it's going to fall incomplete. Pretty good coverage out there.
Well covered by Nungaster out there on the flat on his own that time.
So it brings up 3rd down and 10 for the Spartans at the Buckeye 39.
Buckeyes linemen aren't even getting down in the stance in the last few plays here. Starting in the up position, just anticipating everything's going in the air.
And a handoff will go to Barnes, and he'll be taken down. The flag comes in.
Eli Fox did a nice job of shedding his blocker and tackling Barnes as he was coming across the line of scrimmage. It might have been an inadvertent face mask, though.
And it is a 5-yard face mask on the Buckeyes.
Nelsonville-York.
So we'll take it down to the Buckeye 33 on the 5-yard mark-off. Five-yard penalty, and I believe they get to play over again.
I think they get the down over.
So it's 3rd down and about 3 for the Spartans. McGrath takes a snap. He'll hand it off. And the running back is Barnes.
Brought out down there by Walker Elliott and Jay Elliott.
That was number 20, Joe Barnes. Of course, number 1 is Josh Barnes for Alexander. 1st down, Spartans.
Well, the Spartans moving the ball or using the passing game as much as they are. Not a lot of the clock has gone on this particular offensive series that they've had the ball. There's still 5:19 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
McGrath back to pass. Throws long on the left side. And it's knocked away by Jeremy Warren. Nice play.
Great defense by Jeremy to watch that ball and reach out there and knock that down. Excellent defensive play by the secondary here tonight for the Buckeyes.
Spartan receiver was just starting to look that pass into his arms when Warren knocks it away. 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans at the Buckeye 28. Nelsonville-York leading 22-6, 5:12 to play 3rd quarter. Second and 10. McGrath takes a snap. Looks right, and he's going to be sacked. Jay Elliott.
Buckeyes, the whole defensive line was just surging again through there, but Jay Elliott breaks free, knocks McGrath back for a huge loss.
Back at the Buckeye 37-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and about 20 to go for the Spartans.
Brings up 3rd down and 20 for the Spartans.
A couple of receivers to each side for Birdie McGrath. The quarterback for Alexander.
Hey, you know, the one thing when you've got a passing attack the way the Spartans do, and we heard it against Vinton County, don't count them out.
And the pass is incomplete.
Nice hit defensively. I believe that to be T.J. Warren, as Lucas Thompson had to go way up for that ball, and as he comes down, T.J. Warren hits him square in the back and coughs the ball up.
And possibly Alexander was trying the hook and lateral there, but Warren right there to break up the play.
He almost gave him the hook and lateral as hard as he hit him from the behind. He almost popped it over that way anyways. So I start to say, you know, we listened to the game on the radio with the Alexander Spartans in Vinton County, and they can make comebacks with this passing type of attack.
Robert Fish will punt it away on 4th and 20.
Out of bounds.
And let's see where they will say it went out of bounds and where the Buckeyes will have a 1st and 10. Looks like the Buckeyes will have it right around their own 22-yard line. Buckeyes 1st and 10, 4 minutes, 11 seconds to play, third quarter.
Nelsonville-York at their own 20-yard line.
Referee going to do a little cleanup on the field here. Spartans lost a few towels along the way.
Of course, the quarterback trying to keep his hands dry for the Spartans. Buckeyes 1st and 10. Right around their own 20-yard line. Hunter Edwards at quarterback. Buckeyes out of the eye. Handoff to Mount, and the Spartans right there.
Russell's his way for a couple, maybe 3.
Buckeyes up 16, 4 minutes to play third quarter. 2nd down on about 7 for Nelsonville-York. Buckeyes on their own 23.
One thing I was noting with the offense of the Spartans with the passing attack, the clock did not move very much at all when they had the offensive ball. Buckeyes have already had just one play, and it's almost a minute's gone off the clock.
Edwards keeps it himself coming around this side. The Spartans there.
We have a winner for the Spartan basket, Ann Arno.
Buckeyes pick up 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. Buckeyes on their own 24.
Down to about 3 minutes, 10 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Buckeyes 3rd down and 6. Splitting out a receiver on each side, and Jason Talbert and Walker Elliott. Hunter Edwards at quarterback. Hands it off to Alex Mount, and he gets it out close to the 30-yard line. Looks like the Buckeyes may be just shy of a 1st down. It'll be 4th and 1. And the Buckeyes will punt it away. Jeremy Warren will punt it away for Nelsonville-York. Josh Barnes back deep for Alexander, standing at the Spartan 43.
So as the Buckeyes were able to move the ball very effectively in the first half, put 3 scores on the board, they haven't been able to find that rhythm here in the second half yet. The Spartan defense doing a better job of stopping them on both offensive series that they've attempted to carry or move the ball in the second half.
So the Spartans will have it on their own 41-yard line. 2 minutes, 9 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Buckeyes up 22-6. Spartans 1st and 10 on their own 41. Brody McGrath at quarterback with a couple receivers to each side.
2:09 to play in the third quarter. Buckeyes still up 22-6.
Lucas Thompson takes the direct snap as he went in motion. Going around the right side, and he'll go down back at the 35, a loss of 6.
Great defensive play out there by Noah Andrews as he just kept the pursuit on, backs the Spartans up about a solid 6 yards. Spartans have already put the ball in the air 27 times here in this evening's contest. Now
McGrath
28.
throws on the right side. It is caught. And Barnes makes a man miss, and then he's going to be brought down right around the 42. Gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. He may have picked up a yard. And it'll be 3rd down and 9 for Alexander.
TJ Waring in on the stop again for the Buckeyes secondary over there. And I was starting to say is that when you're putting the ball up in the air this much, now that's 28 pass plays here for the Spartans, the secondary, who's doing a great job here this evening, isn't used to defending that many pass plays. And I believe that's probably what wore Benton County down toward the end of their ball game. You just got to stick with it. But this is a tiring defense to try to continue to run. Buckeyes need to get the ball back and control more of the clock as this game continues on.
McGrath throws, and
Great
it's picked
interception
off by
by
Billy Seal.
That was an excellent job by Billy Seal as he went flying in the air and actually grabs it with both hands, but as it comes down, he loses it and then grabs possession of it again. Huge turnover in favor of the Buckeyes as Billy Seal in traffic goes up and brings it down for the Buckeyes.
Good hands. And the Buckeyes will have it in Spartan territory. First down and 10 at the Alexander 44. So 1 minute, 8 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Somebody's calling a timeout here.
And it's going to be Nelsonville-York. Buckeyes with the timeout. Again, 1 minute 8 to play. Third quarter, Buckeyes up 22-6. Buckeyes first down and 10 at the Spartan 44. Colt Adams at quarterback for Nelsonville-York. Buckeyes out of the eye.
Also noticed that Neil Polly and Jay Elliott came out on the offensive line.
And the ball's loose. Looks like Nelsonville-York got on it back at the 45. A loss of 1. And a flag comes in. And another flag.
Very likely that one might go both ways.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Alexander. And maybe both flags. And now they're marking it off towards the Buckeyes.
I tell you, that guy has marked off the ball 3 or 4 times tonight going the wrong direction, Jim. I mean, I usually don't try to point those kind of things out, but it's been blatant. He starts walking the wrong direction. That's like 3 different times they've had to stop him, point him another direction, and tell him where he's going.
So the penalty is against Alexander. Both flags must have been for the same incident. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Spartans.
I believe the first flag was when he shoved Jay Elliott back down, and as they were separating, I believe there were some words, and that's when the second flag came out.
First and 10, Buckeyes at the Spartan 30. Nelsonville-York leading by 16, 59 seconds to play, third quarter.
Under a minute to play now in the third quarter. The Buckeyes need to milk some of this clock.
Draw play goes to Alex Mount. Heads to the left side. Nice run by Mount as he'll take it down to about the 20. Close to a Buckeye first down.
I say depending on the mark here, that might be a first down.
The chain gang waiting on the word from the head official that it's a first down. And he gives the signal and the chains move. Buckeyes first and 10 at the Spartan 20.
Again, nice surge by the offensive line to open up that hole, and then Mount gets through the hole and then bounces to the outside, gets the strong 10 positive yards for the first down.
Hand off to Mount once again. Mount trying to get away. Nice gain. Looks like he's going to pick up about 5 yards. Down to the 15, second and 5 for Nelsonville-York. Clock running at 15 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Referee just asked number 59, Jay Elliott, to go to the sideline. They didn't call a penalty, but they asked him to go or told him to go to the sideline. I don't know that I've seen that before, Jim.
And that's the end of the third quarter here at Alexander High School in this varsity football game between the Spartans and the Buckeyes. Nelsonville-York 22 and Alexander 6. Ready for the final 12 minutes of this game at Alexander High School. Buckeyes second and 5 at the Spartan 15. Going in a T formation. Colt Adams at quarterback.
Put a blitz on.
And the ball's loose. And the Spartans will cover it up. And Alexander will have it on their own 26-yard line. First down and 10.
Spartans take over.
And as a Buckeye fan, I was holding my breath that a Spartan didn't scoop that up
And try to run with it. Yeah, actually, they put a blitz on, and they brought the linebacker in, and he got in there clean. Colt only took like 1.5 steps back, and before he knew what was going on, the ball was being smacked out of his arms.
Buckeyes up 16. Just 6 seconds deep into the fourth quarter of play. Alexander 1st and 10.
Again, the last couple times the Spartans have had the ball, the clock doesn't move a whole lot when they're on the offensive side of the ball, because like I said, they've put the ball in the air now 29 times with that last interception.
McGrath throws.
Intercepted again by Billy Seal. He's going on the corner this time, though. Jimmy.
Brody McGrath, the last one that can get him, and he brings him down just shy of the goal line, but Billy Seal with a big interception for Nelsonville-York, his second of the game.
Back-to-back offensive plays for the Spartans go in Billy's hands. So Billy gets the first big interception for the big turnover for the Buckeyes last series, and then the very first play on this series, it bounces in and out of the arms of Lucas Thompson, and Billy Seal grabs that one, runs it all the way down to the 4-yard line for the Buckeyes.
First and goal at the Alexander 4. Buckeyes trying to go up by 3 scores out of the power eye. And Alexander in the Buckeye backfield once again, and that will be a loss. Alex Mount hit right as he took the handoff from Colt Adams.
Brings up second goal for the Buckeyes.
Might have backed him up a couple yards.
Back to the 6-yard line, second and goal. Second and goal for the Buckeyes at the Alexander 6. Colt Adams at quarterback. Pitch out comes this side, Alex Mount, and a flag comes in, and Mount's taken down for a loss. And again, there is a flag down as well.
We have flags on the field.
Waiting for the official call.
I mean, I'm assuming it's holding or something against the
Buckeyes. Spartans. Of course, it was a loss on the play, so Alexander may decline.
It depends on where the spot would actually be. Even though they tackled him back around the 20-yard line, I think the forward progress would be in a much different position than that. So they've got to know where that spot would be opposed to where the penalty would take them.
Holding on Nelsonville-York. And Alexander will take a timeout. 10:55 to play in the game. The Buckeyes up 22-6. And during that timeout, it looked like the official had pointed the wrong way. They actually called holding on Alexander. So the Buckeyes have a second and goal at the Spartan 2.
They marched it off against the Spartans, then they brought it back to the line of scrimmage, put it halfway to the goal line, and gave it to the Buckeyes on the 2. And now we have movement.
Flag comes in, delay of game.
Delay of game.
Nelsonville-York.
They're saying the Buckeyes probably were in their timeout huddle just a little too long, didn't get out there, get to the line near enough time to be able to get that ball off.
So that'll take it back to the Alexander 7-yard line. We're at second and goal for the Buckeyes. Again, Nelsonville-York leading by 16. Buckeyes would love to punch this lead up to a 3-score lead.
A little field goal from here would even work.
Buckeyes in a power eye. Adams back to pass. He's hit as he throws, and it's going to be intercepted.
He's going to run it out of the end zone.
Josh Barnes. And he's taken down inside the 5.
Should have just gone down in the end zone. They'd had it at the 20, but instead it's the Spartans with the ball on the 2. Boy, as soon as Colt was hit, that ball floated straight up on him too.
So the Spartans get the interception, and they'll take over inside their own 5-yard line. They trail the Buckeyes by 16 with 10:42 to play.
Well, the Buckeyes' defensive line has been able to put a lot of pressure on McGrath here throughout the contest, and they're starting the ball down inside their own 5-yard line on the 3. If they can get some pressure on him here, they have a possibility of getting a safety out of this.
Brady McGrath takes the snap, hands it off to Josh Barnes around the left side.
Wow, Barnes got some room that time.
He'll be knocked out of bounds right around the 6-yard line.
Billy Seal makes a stop out there for the Buckeyes.
In on the tackle, number 53,
I think he made it a little farther. Oh, David Ray also out there. Give him 7 yards on the carry.
They do spot it out around the 10-yard line. Two receivers on each side for Brady McGrath.
And with him getting out of bounds, the clock stops again. High snap.
He keeps it himself this time. And McGrath will be run out of bounds right around the 18-yard line.
TJ Warren runs him out of bounds there.
First down, Alexander.
Spartans with a first down.
Again, finding their way out of bounds, stopping the clock. A lot of time left in tonight's contest. 10 minutes and 25 seconds to play. The Buckeyes clinging to their 22-6 lead that they had at halftime. Haven't been able to move the ball as effectively in the second half as they did in the first.
Pass, and it is caught.
Pass complete to number 80, Lucas Thompson.
Lucas Thompson on the catch for the Spartans.
And immediately brought down out there by Billy Seal and Jeremy Warren.
Pickup of 6 to bring up 2nd and 4. Clock running, 10 minutes, 3 seconds to play in the game. Spartans on their own 25. Second down on about 4. McGrath back to pass. Being rushed. Throws, and it's dropped out around the 28-yard line. So the Spartans will have a 3rd down and 4.
Buckeye secondary doing a nice job out here this evening. Like I said, Nungaster breaks that one up, and they've now put the ball in the air 32 times.
3rd down and 4 for Alexander.
And completed only 13 of those 32.
McGrath pitches it out. Josh Barnes trying to get the first down, and he's got it for Alexander. Run out of bounds right around the 35.
First down, Alexander Spartans.
9.5 minutes yet to play as the Spartans keep finding their way out of bounds on these situations. Either an incomplete pass stops the clock, or when they do run the ball, they're running the ball and getting out of bounds and stopping the clock. Really extending the contest.
First down and 10, Alexander. On their own 33, McGrath throws over the middle, and it falls incomplete.
Tipped right at the line that time. Jay Elliott puts the big paw up and knocks the ball down.
Number 80, Lucas Thompson. Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans.
2nd down and 10 for Alexander. Buckeyes leading by 16. Second and 10 for the Spartans on their own 33. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. And the ball will be handed off around the left side.
Warwick gets the ball this time.
Jacob Warwick on the left side, and short gain on the play of about 3 yards.
Brought down out there by Walker Elliott, but again, getting out of bounds.
3rd down and 7 for the Spartans on their own 36-yard line. 9:23 to play in the 4th quarter. Buckeyes have led throughout this game.
Scored on their very first 2 possessions of the ball game. 64 yards and then followed up by a 35, all on the ground. We're able to punch the ball into the end zone both times, get both 2-point conversions.
3rd down and 7 for the Spartans on their own 36. McGrath takes a snap, throws to this side, and it is caught. The receiver makes a man miss, and then he'll be taken down at the Buckeye 49-yard line. First down and 10 for the Spartans. Of course, Alexander needs 2 touchdowns, and they need to be successful on both 2-point conversions just to tie the Buckeyes. 9 minutes to play in this game. McGrath takes a snap, and he's going to go down. He lost his footing as he was getting a little bit of pressure from Jay Elliott.
I was going to say, he lost his footing because he saw big Jay Elliott coming at him, and he decided to try to scramble out of there, and lost his footing, and like you said, lost 6 yards on the play.
And that will keep the clock running at 8:40 to play.
Brings up 2nd down and 16 for the Spartans.
2nd down and about 16. Alexander back on their own 45. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Josh Barnes in motion. McGrath rolling left. He will throw it, and Barnes is out there. He's got it, Buckeye territory, and he'll be run out of bounds down around the 30. Have to wait for the spot.
Bound closer to the 25, I'm thinking. Knocked out of bounds by Kenan Kilbarger out there.
And it is right around the Buckeye 25. First down and 10, Spartans. McGrath back to pass, throwing, and it's caught for a touchdown by Lucas Thompson from 24 yards out. The Spartans down 10 now, and they will most certainly go for 2 to try to make it a 1-score game.
Well, this is what we talked about, the quick strike ability of a passing attack like you have here with the Spartans. Again, they've put the ball in the air now 36 times, and it's the running attack of the Buckeyes against the passing attack of the Spartans. And what you're seeing here in the 4th quarter is that the defense is getting wore out on the Buckeye side of the ball a little bit. They're a little tired as the defensive line is on a straight go every time. They're not even watching for the run. They're just going in after the quarterback, and then the secondaries constantly being taxed.
Big 2-point conversion attempt, and the Spartans convert.
Conversion is good.
The Buckeyes almost knocked that away, but the 2-point conversion's good. And it's 22-14 now as Kozart catches the ball and gets into the end zone.
Trevor Kozart from Brody McGrath. The 2-point conversion is good. And the Buckeye lead now down to 8. 22-14, 8 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the game. Robert Fish will kick it away for Alexander. Jeremy Warren back deep for Nelsonville-York.
He squibbed both his kicks over to the left over there, and that's where it goes again. This time it gets through.
And it will go out of bounds, so the Buckeyes will have it on their own 35-yard line.
Well, the momentum swings a little bit to the Spartan side of the field now as they have a big drive to put them back. You know, they started that drive at their 2-yard line. The Buckeyes throw an interception in the end zone. They run the ball out. We tackle them on the 2, and they end up driving 98 yards on that series in a matter of 2 minutes.
Buckeyes 1st and 10 on their own 35.
It'd be nice for the Buckeyes to find a way to get a sustained drive here and get some more points on the board.
Buckeyes up 22-14, 8 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the game. Hunter Edwards at quarterback for Nelsonville-York. Buckeyes splitting out. Walker Elliott and Jeremy Warren wide left. Buckeyes out of the eye. Pitch out comes to Alex Mount.
Nice block out there by Noah Andrews to free Alex over to
And Mount, that could be a late hit.
Oh, come on! Oh, come on! That's terrible!
And there are no flags. It was not a vicious hit by Josh Barnes, but it looked like it was a couple yards out of bounds that he did bring down Mount. But again, it wasn't a hard hit, but again, he did not let up. The Buckeyes wanting a flag, but not getting it. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 for Nelsonville-York on their own 43.
Brings up 2nd down and 3 for the Buckeyes.
8 minutes, 3 seconds to play in the game. Buckeyes out of the eye. 2 receivers to the left once again. Handoff to Mount, and he's got a first down for the Buckeyes out close to the 48.
Mount, the ball carrier. Hit by number 8, Colt Taylor. First down, Nelsonville.
A lot of excitement in the stands tonight, Jimmy. Everybody's fired up. Got us a close ball game, 22-14. 2 teams out here trying to get a win in the TVC Ohio, and it is a battle on the field tonight.
Buckeyes first down and 10 on their own 48. 2 receivers to each side. Hunter Edwards out of the shotgun. Noah Andrews in the backfield. And handoff goes to Andrews. And he'll take it into Spartan territory to the 49.
Noah Andrews on the carry.
Gain of 3.
Hit by number 56.
Clock running, 7:20 to play in the game. Buckeyes up 8. Spartans the only
Brings up 2nd down and 7.
got the only score of this second half
And like I
moments
said,
ago for a touchdown.
And they did it within like a 2-minute period when they got the ball, maybe 2.5 at most.
Buckeyes, once again, 2 receivers to each side. 2nd down and 7. And a low snap. And Edwards will just have to jump on it back at the 38-yard line.
Ball slipped out of the snap of the center that time right from the get-go.
So now the Buckeyes facing a 3rd down and about 20. Back on their own 38-yard line. Clock running, 6.5 minutes to play in the game. See if the Buckeyes put it up or if they run a little draw or screen play here on 3rd and 20. Edwards takes a snap. He'll keep it himself. And he'll be tackled right around the 40-yard line.
Number 8, Hunter Edwards on the keeper.
A gain of 2, and it'll bring up 4th and 18 for the Buckeyes, and Nelsonville-York will have to punt it away.
56, Tyler Wilkinson.
Well, they started moving the ball a little effectively, but they did manage to get a little more than 2 minutes off the clock as it's now under 6 minutes to play.
Jeremy Warren will punt it away for the Buckeyes. Josh Barnes back deep for the Spartans. Standing at the Alexander 35. Nice snap. Big rush. Warren gets it away, and Warren went down after the kick, but the official shook his head
Spartans take
on
over.
the possibility of a flag. So Alexander will take over on their own 32-yard line. 5.5 minutes to play in this game. The Buckeyes up by 8.
5.5 minutes to play. Buckeye defense, like I said, they were a little tired on that last series as they are watching the ball go in the air 36 times already here this evening, and you know that's what you're going to see more of right now. Again, with that, just a few running plays. They had some positive runs last time by Josh Barnes. It just was enough to keep the defense guessing on where they wanted to go.
Spartans 1st and 10 on their own 31. Brody McGrath at quarterback. Thompson in motion to this side. McGrath being rushed. And now he'll throw long towards Thompson. He leaps and pulls it in, and he'll be tackled at the Buckeye 49.
Pass complete to Lucas Thompson.
Good coverage out there by Billy Seal, but even better hands by Thompson as he focuses out here. He goes to the flat. He looked to the quarterback and gave him the quick signal, I'm streaking down the sideline, and McGrath just throws the ball out there and allowed Lucas to go after it and get it, and he was able to do that.
Thompson, a very good receiver. He just always meets the ball.
He's got 142 yards in the air already himself. Spartans have put up over 250 yards in the air tonight.
Hand off to Josh Barnes, and he'll plunge down to the Buckeye 46-yard line. Picks up about 3.
Buckeyes want to see more of that. Nungaster in on the stop that time for the Buckeyes. It's now 5 minutes to play in the contest.
Buckeyes leading by 8. Alexander with the ball at the Buckeye 46-yard line. McGrath at quarterback. And a low snap. Brody McGrath will pick it up. McGrath running with the football, and a flag comes in. We may have a hold on
I saw
Alexander.
him swing a punch.
And McGrath has run out of bounds, and another flag comes in.
And the referees missed half of that, Jim. That was crazy what happened. We had a push in the back, and then we had an argument going on. The Spartan player actually throws a punch at the Buckeye. I don't know that the white hat even saw that, but the retaliation from a Buckeye was to shove him in the back. But I'm telling you, you'll see that one on Channel 15. You won't miss it. A Spartan threw a punch out there, Jimmy. He didn't connect, but he threw a punch.
So the officials will sort it out. Buckeyes leading by 8, 4.5 minutes to play in this game.
I'm telling you right now, I don't even think the referee saw number 7. Well, I'm not going to say a name or number because I could be wrong, but there was a kid out there that threw a punch. But they're calling this against the Buckeyes.
Block in the back on Alexander.
Illegal block in the back against the Spartans. Personal foul against the Buckeyes. Offsetting.
I believe they called personal foul on Nelsonville-York, and so the penalty's offset.
I was right. The referees didn't see what everybody else saw out there. They missed it completely, Jimmy.
So we'll do it all over again. Spartans with a 2nd down and 7 at the Buckeye 46. 4.5 minutes to play in the game. Nelsonville-York leading 22-14.
This would be another ideal time for Buckeyes to come up with a turnover. 4.5 minutes to play. Buckeyes up by 8.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Pitch out goes to Barnes, trying to cut it back to the middle. Good defense by the Buckeyes. No gain on the play. No Andrews on the tackle.
Gets right back to the line of scrimmage that time.
And by number 76,
Neil Polley, the first in to
Polley.
hit him. But there was a host of Buckeyes in there. If you're a Buckeye fan, you want to see the Spartans try to run the ball, especially up the middle like that. The Buckeyes did a nice job of containment and not allowing Barnes to get to the outside. It's now 4 minutes to play in the ball game. Big 3rd down play here. As you're guessing, the Spartans are probably looking at 4 down territory.
3rd and 7 at the Buckeye 45. Lucas Thompson in motion. McGrath back to pass, now looking to run. McGrath comes to the side, and he's hit and dropped back at the original line of scrimmage.
He did not know that Noah got back up after getting blocked back there. Noah gets back up and comes back to make that play as Walker Elliott's hitting him from the front end, but he had no idea that Noah Andrews was coming from behind as he turned that way. Noah leveled him for about a 4-yard loss.
They bring up 4th and 11 back at midfield for Alexander. The Spartans take a timeout. 3:43 to play in the game, and the Buckeyes up 8. 4th down and 11 for Alexander at midfield. Brody McGrath out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Buckeyes up 8, 3:43 to play.
McGrath back to pass. Being rushed out of the pocket. Running backwards all the way back to the 20-yard line. A flag comes in. McGrath still running. He throws, and it's caught. I would think that number 50 was a lineman for the Spartans, which
got
would be
flag-
illegal touching.
We
There's
got-
flags everywhere.
I
on
tell
the
you
field.
what, we got so much laundry out here. We got to call Laughlin's, buddy. We got to get some dry cleaning going on. We got so much laundry on the field now. We had block in the backfield against Eli back there. Then we had a block in the back in the middle over here. I think we had holding that didn't get called. And then he throws the ball to number Big Fitty, who shouldn't be catching the ball to begin with. I'm thinking this might take this referee crew about a half hour to figure this out, Jim. We might want to take a break. I'm not normally like that, but I got to tell you, it's getting a little crazy out there.
We will talk to the Buckeyes. 3:23 to play in the game. Nelsonville-York up 8. That was a 4th and 11 play. And I imagine that the Buckeyes will probably just decline everything because they'll take over.
It's fourth down. Just give us the ball.
It was 4th and 11, and even though a lineman caught the ball, he was dropped for a loss on the play. So it will be Nelsonville-York football. It's just a matter of where. So it looks like the Buckeyes will have it at the Spartan 40-yard line.
I don't even know how to mark that on the stat sheet, so I'm just going to let that one fly. We got the ball. Let's go with that.
I think the officials are happy that it was the Buckeyes were able to decline it and just forget all those penalties.
Yeah, because I'm not even sure if they knew what they were calling out there. Flags were just a-flying.
1st and 10, Buckeyes at the Spartan 40. Nelsonville-York out of the eye. 2 receivers to the left. 3:23 to play in the 4th quarter, and the Buckeyes up by 8 points here at Alexander High School.
1st and 10, Nelsonville-York.
Buckeyes put up 22 first half points, but the Buckeyes have been shut out here in the second half. But the most important thing, they've got the lead, 22-14.
Well, the other thing is they've only given up 1 touchdown in the entire second half themselves. You know, they haven't been able to put any points up, but their defense has been playing excellent.
Alex Mount straight up the middle, and he's going to take it the distance. Touchdown Buckeyes from 40 yards out.
What a turn of events for the Buckeyes. 4th down play for the Spartans, and they just get decimated by the defense. And then the very next play, the Buckeyes offensive line opens up a huge hole right in the middle, and Alex Mount shoots through it, 40 yards, touchdown.
Buckeyes up 28-14. 3:16 to play in the game. So the Buckeyes get the 2-score lead back. Nelsonville-York attempting the 2-point conversion, going out of the power I. Hunter Edwards at quarterback. Looking to throw, does so, and it's incomplete to Jeremy Warren.
Good defense out there by number 1, Josh Barnes, for the Spartans.
So the 2-point conversion attempt fails, but the Buckeyes up 28-14, 3:16 to play in the 4th quarter. Jeremy Warren will kick it away for the Buckeyes. Kick comes to this side.
Still on the ground.
Picked up at the 31-yard line by Colt Taylor. And he'll be brought down around the 37.
Reed Courtney's the first one out there to bring him down on the coverage team for the Buckeyes, along with T.J. Warren.
Jacob Talbert gets up limping for Nelsonville-York, and hopefully he'll be okay. So the Spartans now down 14. They've got the ball on their own 39-yard line with 3 minutes, 9 seconds to play, and Alexander with two timeouts left.
Well, we've been talking about them airing the ball out, but I'm guessing at this point that's all you're going to see now that they're down still 14 points.
McGrath takes a snap, looking to throw, does so to Josh Barnes on the left side, and he takes it across midfield and knocked down around the 41-yard line of Nelsonville-York.
Number 1, Josh Barnes on the reception.
Billy Seal gets him knocked out of bounds and along with Jeremy Warren, but not after he gets 20 yards.
They spotted at the Buckeye 42, first down and 10, and the clock starts back up at 2:58. Two receivers on each side for the Spartans. McGrath looking to pass. Does so, and it's knocked away. Nungester, I believe.
It was. Bryson did a nice job defending that one right there. Is very close to being reeled in, and Nungester knocks it away.
Second down and 10 for the Spartans at the Buckeye 42. Of course, the clock stopped on the incompletion. 2 minutes, 42 seconds to play. Brody McGrath takes a snap. Now McGrath looking to run, and he's going to be taken down, and that looks like a loss on the play.
Tripped up out there by Walker Elliott, and he stayed in bounds as the clock will continue to tick.
Number 3, Walker Elliott.
Third down and 11. 1 yard loss on the play. Back to the Buckeye 43. McGrath looking to pass, does so towards Lucas Thompson, and he does bring it in, but down on the ground, and a short gain on the play of about 4 yards.
And the fact that he went down where he did, again, the clock just continues to tick for the Buckeyes. That's a good thing as we're at 2 minutes to play.
Fourth down and
2 minutes
7.
to play.
4th and 7 for the Spartans with the Buckeye 38. Brody McGrath looking to pass, being rushed. And he throws, and it's going to be incomplete. And the Buckeyes have held on downs, and that should do it. Buckeyes will take over with 1:41 to play in the game, and Nelsonville-York leading 28-14.
Buckeyes take over on down.
That should do it, as you just stated, Jimmy. Buckeyes defense stands strong in the last couple series.
Buckeyes out of the eye. Two receivers split out wide left.
Not sure how many timeouts Spartans even have over there. Do you know?
I believe they have 2 left. I believe each team with 2 timeouts left. Hand off to Alex Mount. Trying to break away, but the Spartans won't let him get away.
Mount, the ball carrier. Hit by number 8, Colt Taylor. Number 73, Patrick.
See where they spot it. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Buckeyes on their own 38, and the clock runs with 1:18 to play.
And the Spartans aren't trying to stop the clock, so they're not concerned about getting the ball back, I guess. If you're the Buckeyes, you're in no hurry.
Buckeyes out of the eye, a receiver on each side. Andrews at fullback. Mount at tailback. Edwards at quarterback. Handoff goes to Mount. And Alex Mount will cross the 40-yard line, taken down at the 41, a gain of 3, and Alexander will use their second timeout, so they'll have one more remaining. 50 seconds to play in the game, and the Buckeyes up 14. Buckeyes 3rd down and 7. On their own 41-yard line, out of the eye. Handoff goes to Mount, spins away. And he's got a Buckeye first down at the Alexander 48.
Mount, the ball carrier. Run down by number 55, Robert Fish. First down.
42 seconds to play. The clock will start on the movement of the chains once they get set. And the clock is now running at 39 seconds. Buckeyes up by 14. Buckeyes out of the power eye. Look like they will take a knee, and Hunter Edwards drops back and takes the knee. Clock running at 10 seconds. The Buckeyes are going to win here at Alexander by a final score of 28-14.
Boy, Jim, I tell you what, big first half for the Buckeyes on the ground. Putting up the points, put the ball in the end zone 3 times to go up 22-6 at half. You know, like you and I were talking, the first 2 series, they put the ball in, didn't even put the ball in the air once. Drove the ball 65 yards to 64 in the first series, 35 in the second, and then scored later in the second quarter there with about 34 seconds to go for the third score. But in the second half, just couldn't find the rhythm on the field, couldn't find the rhythm to get any points on the board until that final second to the last series where the Buckeyes busted open a huge play by Alex Mount on a 40-yard run. Looking at the overall stats, the Buckeyes, it was a tale of 2 types of ball right here. The Buckeyes trying to play power ball and drive the ball on the field, on the ground throughout, and just grind it out, whereas the Spartans were just putting the ball in the air. And listening to these stats, you can see the drastic contrast in the offenses. On the offensive side of the ball for the Spartans, they carried the ball 24 times for 51 yards. And the majority of that was Josh Barnes. He had the ball 8 full carries for 39 yards. But again, only 51 yards on the ground. In the air, 19 of 41 for 274 yards in the air. That's 274 yards in the air. 325 yards overall for the Spartans. 274 yards in the air. The majority of that, we had 40 yards were caught by 2 catches. Colt Taylor. And then you had Josh Barnes caught the ball 8 times for 90 yards. And Lucas Thompson, 9 catches for 146 yards. So, again, the majority of the passing went to 3 different individuals, and a lot of balls went in the air. 2 of those passes intercepted by Billy Seal in the fourth quarter and the third, late in the second half here. Those were huge turnovers for the Buckeyes both times. 1 in the third quarter, 1 in the fourth quarter by Billy Seal, defensively getting the big interceptions for the Buckeyes. On the Buckeyes side of the offensive ball, again, just looking at the scoring for the Buckeyes, first of all, you had a 2-yard run by Alex Mount that capped off that first 64-yard drive to put them up 8-0 with 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. Later on in the first quarter, 2:54 to go, you had Jeremy Warren run through with an 11-yard carry to put the Buckeyes up 16-0. Then with 34 seconds to go in the half, Hunter Edwards keeps the ball around the end to the right and puts the Buckeyes up 22-6 at half. Buckeyes don't score again until 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the fourth with a 40-yard scamper right up the middle by Alex Mount. On the offensive side of the ball for the Buckeyes, what I'm talking about, the contrast, in the air, Buckeyes were 2 of 3. 2 passes, both completed to Jeremy Warren for a total of 68 yards. One of those was a 52-yard pass play from Colt Adams. Another was a 16-yard pass play from Hunter Edwards. On the running attack for the Buckeyes, Hunter Edwards carried the ball about 6 times for some pluses and some minuses. Being the quarterback, you get some of those sacks and stuff for a total of 5 yards. Colt had the carry there for a couple carries, ended up for about even yards. You had Jeremy Warren had the 1 carry for 11 yards, which happened to be a touchdown. Not bad average. 1 yard, 11 yards, touchdown. And then Noah Andrews doing a lot of workhorse. Again, I talk about Noah not just from the side of the offensive side of the ball, but from the defensive side of the ball also. 12 carries for 51 yards. And then Alex Mount really came to play for his first full game back. 31 carries for 192 yards. But I'm going to say right now, you've got to give this game to the offense and defensive line of the Buckeyes. The secondary probably played their best game also. I'm not going to take anything away from them. But the defense and offensive line of the Buckeyes really did an excellent job. In the first half, the offensive line busted open holes and allowed the Buckeyes to gain that lead that they needed to hold on to. And in the second half, the defensive line just kept putting the pressure on McGrath. Play after play after play. The Buckeyes defense as a whole played an excellent job here tonight and come away with a big W.
Buckeyes now 3-5 overall and 1-2 in the Ohio division of the TVC. The Spartans drop to 1-7 overall and 0-3 in league play. Next week, Alexander will be right here at Alexander High School once again. They'll host the Wellston Golden Rockets. Nelsonville-York will return to Boston Field and host the Vinton County Vikings. Once again, the final score here at Alexander High School in this varsity football game, it was the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes 28 and the Alexander Spartans 14. For Justin McCumber on camera, and Ray Spouts, this is Jim McCumber saying, so long, everybody.